Truth is, I was a terrible mother when I was raising my oldest two children. I was a mess. But if you'd asked me or anybody else, I was killing it. I checked all the boxes. I volunteered for all the things. I made sure they got to and from school. I was always there. My children never had a hair out of place. They were always dressed to the nines. Their shoes were never scuffed, and they never had the worn area around the knees. They had a room full of toys and really wanted for nothing. My children were smart. They always got good grades and did really well in school. They were very respectful to their elders. My children were involved in the church. My children were involved in after-school activities. They did sports. They did all the things. And I enforced all of that with a very stern voice. I sent my daughter to school many days emotionally dysregulated because I screamed at her about her taking her time with her socks because they didn't feel right at her toes and I didn't have time to hear that. We had to go. Then I told her to fix her fucking face before she got in that school in front of them people. I interrupted playtime to tell my kids to stop scuffing their shoes on the ground, to stop crawling on the carpet and wearing down the knees of their jeans. If I got mad at one child for one thing, I was mad at the whole house for the whole day. I was overstimulated, overwhelmed, and underparented myself. I was undersupported. Passively aggressively slamming cupboards because the house was a mess and I had to clean it because anytime anyone else did, they didn't do it the way I liked it. But I couldn't use my words. And I didn't apologize when I was wrong because I was grown. I didn't have to. Thankfully, my youngest son has been spared that experience. Thankfully, my grandbaby has been spared that experience because now not only do I have the emotional intelligence that I no doubt was equipped with back then, but I know how to apply it to my life. I can execute that emotional intelligence in the most important moments. I have no problem apologizing. I wasn't perfect then, and I'm not perfect now, but I've taken everything I've learned then and applied it to what I'm doing now. And I share my story because I want you to know how important those moments are when you're screaming at your child to hurry up because you're running late. That is a Tuesday morning for you. That is their childhood. They will carry that with them the rest of their lives. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't discipline our children and we shouldn't teach them how to respect their elders or to do chores or any of that, but I'm saying there's a way to do it. You see, back then I cared more about outside appearances. My children had to have a jacket if it was below 70 degrees because I didn't want nobody looking at me crazy. When you know better, you do better. And that's all we can do. I used to tell my kids, you can tell me anything, but I didn't create a safe space for them to do that. The best kind of parent parents the child according to how that child needs to be parented, not how society thinks they should be parenting. I don't care how grown you are too grown to apologize to anybody when you're wrong.